Have you ever wondered why farms grow miles and miles of just one crop, corn or wheat and soy, instead of mixing plants together the way nature does? When I learned that many traditional farmers grow crops together, like corn, beans, and squash, I started wondering, are we missing something by growing and breeding plants to live alone? I found a study by John Vandermeer and Yvette Perfecto that explores a really interesting idea. Our modern crop breeding programs, which almost always happen in monoculture fields, unintentionally making agriculture less efficient when crops are grown together. Basically, if we breed plants to succeed when they're living alone, are we limiting how well they can perform in diverse farming systems? Instead of doing a single field experiment, the researchers used ecological and evolutionary theory to understand how crops compete and adapt over time. They looked at how plants evolve differently in two situations: monocultures, like a huge field of only corn, and polycultures, where different species grow together. They used models based on competition theory, the same principles ecologists use to explain how species share space and resources, to predict how breeding in one environment affects how plants use nutrients, sunlight, and soil over time. The scientific findings are actually pretty surprising. First, the researchers found that breeding crops in monocultures pushes them to become stronger competitors. Over time, they evolve traits that help them grab as much space and resources as possible for themselves. That works great in a field where every plant is the same species, but when those crops are planted together with other species, that competitive behavior can actually make them worse at sharing resources. Second, the study shows that when crops evolve in monocultures, they can't fully use all of the available environmental niche space. In simple terms, one species has limits. It can only use certain depths of soil, certain nutrients, or certain layers of sunlight. Even with intense breeding, a single crop can never fully use everything available in the environment. But when different species grow together, they can divide up those resources. For example, one plant might have deep roots, while another uses shallow soil nutrients. One might grow tall and capture sunlight, while another grows low to the ground. The model shows that diverse systems can sometimes use the environment more completely than a single species ever could. Another key finding, as crops improved in monocultures, they may become less suited for intercropping. The research suggests that breeding in single-species environments can increase competition between species and reduce the chance that mixed systems will outperform monocultures. This matters because agriculture is facing huge challenges: feeding more people, protecting soil, and adapting to climate change. We already know that mixed cropping systems can improve soil fertility, reduce pests naturally, and use land more efficiently. But this research suggests something deeper. The way we breed crops today may be limiting how sustainable agriculture could become in the future. If scientists start breeding crops specifically to grow well together, instead of just alone, we might unlock more productive and resilient farming systems. This video is based on research by John Vandermeer and Yvette Perfecto, published in 2025 in the Journal of Agroecology and Sustainable Food Systems, titled Inherent Suboptimality of Monocultural Crop Breeding.